Most of you guys know I've been trying to brace you for this for at this point, 4 or 5, 6 weeks. There's been a lot of talk about WB being up for grabs. Warner Brothers for sale. Mortal Kombat for sale. Essentially everything is up for grabs if the money's right when it comes to WB. And another chapter just unfolded this morning. You guys do know, if you've been watching the channel again for the last 6 weeks, there's been talks about Comcast, Netflix. Paramount has, as of this morning, tried to bid again for WB, and their new offer was just declined, which now essentially had WB come out, put out a statement and say, okay, we just denied the second bid from Paramount in the last, at this point, 2 weeks. We're open to business if anybody wants to come give us an offer. So yeah, it just keeps getting more and more real. And today we're going to break down everything of note in regards to the WB Discovery situation. Because yeah, the future for a lot of things you love, I love, are potentially in limbo. Now again, I got to preface this. We've been hearing talks about this for the last 4 or 5 years. I will say this, though. This time around, it just seems a lot different. It feels different. In my soul, I can actually feel like there's a chance that stuff is gonna get sold off to someone else. And it's gonna change the entire entertainment landscape. So, yeah. Just this morning, Mortal Kombat 2 got an all-new release date. Again, just this morning, big press release from WB about the situation. Them essentially asking for people if they're interested to make some bids. Woo! If you guys are excited for hearing your boy talk about this, it takes you a second. If you can, please drop a like on the video. Without you, these MK videos don't happen. Hit the hype button. If you want, you can go back and watch the whole series. We've been covering every facet of this again for a while now, and it actually seems like it could happen as soon as tomorrow, the day after, a week from now, a month from now. At any given time, we could wake up to the announcement. WB has merged with, WB just got bought by. Crazy stuff, but let's go ahead and let's get into it now. I'll be quoting an article from Variety, because Variety seems to really condense this the best way possible from what I've read this morning. Here's the article we'll be citing. It says, Warner Bros. Discovery says it is evaluating acquisition offers from multiple parties. It goes on to read, WB Discovery is reviewing strategic alternatives in light of unsolicited interest it has received from multiple parties for both the entire company and the standalone Warner Bros. Streaming and studios entity, the media conglomerate said Tuesday. WB Discovery didn't say which companies have made M&A overtures, but the announcement comes after Paramount Skydance, headed by Chairman and CEO David Ellison, has been pursuing a major deal to acquire WB Discovery in its entirety. In recent weeks, WB Discovery reportedly rejected Paramount Skydance's $20 per share offer as too low. On Tuesday morning, aka this morning, the board of WB Discovery turned down a mostly cash bid of nearly $24 per share from Paramount, Reuters reported. Now, it goes on to say, WB Discovery continues to advance its previously announced separation of WB and Discovery Global, currently targeted to be completed by April 2026. At the same time, the board announced it has initiated a review of strategic alternatives to maximize shareholder value. Through this process, the WB Discovery board will evaluate a broad range of strategic options, which include the sale of the entire company or separate transactions for its WB and or Discovery Global businesses, it said. As part of the review, the company will also consider an alternative separation structure that would enable a merger of WB with a third-party acquirer alongside a spin-off of Discovery Global to shareholders, it said. Now, here are some quotes from the head at WB Discovery, Mr. Zaslav. We continue to make important strides to position our business to succeed in today's evolving media landscape by advancing our strategic initiatives, returning our studios to industry leadership, and scaling HBO Max globally. Continued by saying, it's no surprise that the significant value of our portfolio is receiving increased recognition by others in the market. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets. It really does sound like they're going full force into, okay, this is what this is worth, this is what this is worth, and you're gonna pay top dollar because all of this is about Zaslav and co. getting the most they can. Previously, I'm pretty sure that they were reporting that $24 per share would have been what more than likely they accepted if they were offered that. And again, just this morning, Paramount did that and they said no. So it really does seem like WB is going to have the number super high. So whoever is interested, they're going to be willing to pay. That's what it seems like. Now it says here, Samuel A. D. Piazza Jr., the chairman of WB Discovery Board, said in a statement, our decision to initiate this review underscores the board's commitment to considering all the opportunities to determine the best value for our shareholders. We continue to believe that our planned separation to create two distinct leading media companies will create compelling value. That said, we determine taking these actions to broaden our scope is in the best interest of shareholders. WB Discovery said there's no deadline or definitive timetable set for completion of the strategic alternatives review process, other than the separation transaction that it already has underway, which the company has said it targeted to be completed in April 2026. There can be no assurance that the process will result in the company pursuing a transaction or other outcome. So, again, blank slate. They're open to offers. No timetable. They're going to see how this unfolds. And, yeah. Again, to say it again, really does seem like this time WB is actually willing to play ball. Granted, it's going to cost a lot of money. Now, the final quote here says, in its announcement, WB Discovery said it does not intend to make any further announcements regarding the review of strategic alternatives unless and until the board approves a specific transaction or otherwise determines further disclosure is appropriate or necessary. So if they get sold, we'll find out. But until then, things are probably going to be under hush-hush until they seem viable enough to come out and give an announcement of some sort. So yeah, they're essentially sticking to the business aspect of it. I'm scared. I'm excited, I'm anxious, I'm feeling a lot of things. And funny enough, just today, guess what? HBO Max just got raised. So, again, Zaslav PR talk saying like, for our shareholders, we're asking top dollar. Meanwhile, they're upcharging people paying for their premium service. So, you know, I can't say I'm surprised. I feel like this entire time since Zaslav's been in charge, he's been, I guess, hoping that one day he could turn a profit on this. And I still feel like that's probably the case. I mean, going back to Mortal Kombat 1, this is the dude that legit leaked MK1. And then after MK1 got announced, he was like, okay, by the way, we need to actually nickel and dime the customers after they purchase our games. And that's how we got the live service model. Mortal Kombat 1 paid fatalities. Essentially, every skin that you wanted, I wanted, was behind a $10 crystal. So, I'm not a fan of the current state of WB. Who is? But when you see the likes of Paramount, Comcast, NBC, Netflix, it's like, I feel like we're just picking the lesser of several different evils. I've said it for years. Ideally, I would like a PlayStation or a Microsoft, but again, there's intricate details I'm sure that would have to happen for that to even be a possibility. Like, they're clearly open to selling IPs, studios, again, if the price is right. So we'll see. Because again, just this morning they were offered what was reported would be enough, and they said no. Zaslav wants as much money as possible. Again, shocker. Shocker. For the shareholders. Definitely not for me. Ultimately, man, I'm just intrigued to see how this goes. Because it's so interesting, because obviously it seems like the next game is Injustice 3. DC KO the game, whatever NetherRealm's next game is, it appears to be in that vein, DC Comics and stuff. I want to see how this goes down, because let's say they sell the Mortal Kombat license to, like, again, hypotheticals here, I don't know, Activision, Xbox, whatever. If that's the case, then NetherRealm, which is owned by WB, they can't make that Mortal Kombat game. We'd have to find whoever's buying this license, a dev team, to piece that together, right? Or maybe they pay WB to use NetherRealm, their studio, to produce this game on behalf of Xbox, Activision, you feel me? So the intricate details, again, of all of this, muddy waters, stuff that we haven't seen in a minute, that's what I'm intrigued to see, because I feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg, and it could get ugly really fast. And again, this is just one property. Mortal Kombat, they mention all the time. Game of Thrones, they mention all the time. Harry Potter, Hogwarts, DC. How is this going to go down? I have absolutely no idea, but again, I feel really anxious, because I don't know what the future is for Mortal Kombat. I really don't. Ultimately, I'm going to try to manifest. I hope it just ends up somewhere where they can cook and not have to shit out a game because the head CEO is like, oh yeah, I know we just did Mortal Kombat 11 to record number sales, and usually we go and do Injustice. You know what? Nah, let's do another Mortal Kombat game for the first time ever, and let's just make sure it's the absolute worst game in modern Mortal Kombat history in terms of quality of content. Oh, and let's nickel and dime this live service model after we already paid for the $60 full-priced game. Like, dude, that was a taste of what's to come if WB doesn't sell the Mortal Kombat license, if they don't get rid of some of their studios. It's not looking good, and that's what, again, scares me. Like, we're currently living in, I want to say, the worst of WB games. Currently, right now, this is as bad as it could get. Mortal Kombat fatigue being real. Who would have thought that? Then again, immediately after the bombing of Mortal Kombat 1, we get a half-cooked Legacy Collection that has no crossplay, no rooms lobbies, again, no gold. Seems like they only had a year to piece this together from what people at Atari have been caught saying, when something like this, the 30-year celebration, should have had 2, 3, 4 years of production. Yet we get gaslit for wanting so much, yet they push these guys to shit this Legacy Collection out in a year. So I've got thoughts. I've got lots of thoughts. I'm just afraid. I'm afraid because I don't want to see Mortal Kombat bought by someone else, and it's even worse than we're at now, which I know some of you guys are rolling your eyes. You're like, we haven't had a great Mortal Kombat game in years. And obviously, in a lot of ways, I agree with you. I agree with most of you guys about this. You know what I mean? However, does Tobias finally take the reins and Boone just quietly retires? That would be cool. What would be even cooler is if Boone gets out of his contract, God knows how long he's tied with WB, and they go on to finally give us a Mortal Kombat game in modern day where they can cook without the WB shield breathing down their backs. Take the best team members you can from NetherRealm and start anew. Like a phoenix. Revived. That would be fucking sick. That's what I hope happens. I want to see Tobias and Boone together. I want to see some of the OGs come back. Yeah, NetherRealm going under would suck, but what would be even better is seeing the best of NetherRealm continue, and then ultimately us be given a proper product of quality that me and you both expect. Again, I don't want anybody losing their jobs. I'm just the dude commentating on the internet about hypotheticals here. This whole thing's going to be muddy if it goes down. I just hope the franchise ends up in good hands, and again, we get what we want as Mortal Kombat fans. Man, I thought back when Deception came out, I'd have this crazy open world RPG Mortal Kombat game. You know what I mean? In the same vein as like Hogwarts Legacy, but Mortal Kombat, going into the Nexus, going through all these different realms. Like, there's just so much potential with Mortal Kombat, and obviously WB knows that now. That's why they're whoring out the damn IP. That's why they're pushing the movie back again 7 months, because summer means more money. It just sucks, dude. It fucking sucks seeing this fucking license being just, I don't want to say the word I want to say, but for the sake of money. It's like, dude, fuck. Where's the soul? Where's the fucking soul? So yeah, there you go. That's all the news right now. Paramount, Comcast, NBC, Netflix, Dynasty will buy it. If y'all want to donate $1 billion, maybe like 20 billion, if anybody wants to give me like 30 billion, I'll go find whoever's not working at NetherRealm that used to work at Midway, and we'll piece together the greatest Mortal Kombat game of all time. I'll have Total MK as the head of the community. Man. Shit. So there you go. That's the update. Obviously, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Where do you think the cards are going to fall? Do you think things stay the same? Do you think that somebody might swoop in the next, at this point, we don't know, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, and they actually start selling off either studios, licenses, the whole damn thing gets merged into another company? What is your expectation? Let me know down below. Again, all hypotheticals, all love to NetherRealm, all love to Boone & Co. Good luck! I'm over here having an anxiety attack. I can't imagine working for the Shield. I would never! Anyways, again, let me hear it. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Hit the hype button. We talked about the MK2 movie earlier in the afternoon in case you missed that video. Go watch that. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. 9 more days. Legacy Collection's out. See you all in the next video. Could you imagine if WB, the company that somehow finds a way to just lose upwards every time, could you imagine if they just freed our favorite franchise? Guys, I'm just saying, we should probably start crossing our fingers and manifesting something, because I need some change, guys. I think we all do. Love y'all.